Hello guys, welcome to the real neighborhood watch of S06E01-2. The smartest person you know watches reality TV. And really, to be honest, it's just a good outlet like to talk shit. But there's something that you learn, yeah? How to think critically, how to critically analyze situation. What is so interesting about Housewives is watching like a produced social environment, but then what it says about society and relationships and all of that, whatnot. I first started watching Housewives at maybe 16, 17. It was during the pandemic when the first 3 seasons of Real Housewives of Atlanta were put on Netflix. And from that point, I was hooked. I've watched all of Atlanta, Potomac, the Garcelle era of Beverly Hills, and Erica Jane and her old husband who was stealing like money from like victims and stuff. I did quite like New Gen NYC, not enough to finish it. The crown jewel right now at Bravo Studios is definitely Salt Lake City, yeah. I started watching it this year. I think I watched season 2 in maybe like a week. This is the perfect Housewives show. And a lot of people say that it feels almost like a parody of itself, or a lot of those like standard Housewives tropes really turned up to 11. Wealth, delusional women. You had the FBI in season 2. Receipts!
Proof! Timeline! Screenshots! In everything to prove that you are a bully and a...
But I also think the social setting of Salt Lake City is the most unique with the presence of Mormonism. And season 6 has started, so we're going to be doing like a little bit of a debrief. A debrief of the season premiere and episode 2. I mean, I thought last season was fantastic, yeah. And one of my favorite things about Salt Lake season 5, when you understand Housewives, the way season 5 is edited, even if you watch the way it's edited, the way it is paced, it does not hold up. We start at a group event, we go here, we go here, we go here, and then there's also bare flashbacks. Bravo have captured a perfect storm. Because what's impressive, even with like the huge scandals that often like define a show, with Beverly Hills, we always think about Amsterdam. With Atlanta, it's probably Phaedra Gate. Salt Lake had huge ones. You had a cast member who was insane go to prison. You then had the FBI informant to the case come on the show as a housewife and be an internet troll, and you're able to bounce back and prove that the worth and value of the show and why people love it so much isn't because of all the scandal, it's because of the cast dynamic and whatnot. And I think getting into season 6 and where we kind of ended off at season 5, love the group dynamic, but the big thing, my big thing with season 5, yeah, is I was like, you people hate Lisa Barlow, yeah? You hate Lisa Barlow. And is it because Lisa Barlow's a bitch? Or is it because she's that bitch? And that's what I love about having like really great active recall and watching a show like Housewives. Because at the end of last season's trip to Mexico, when Heather decided to do that stupid game of, let's bring up the worst text message we've said about someone at the table. And then Whitney's talking about Lisa and John doing threesomes. Some of you are really stupid and have no sense of boundaries. Women like Heather. Women like Whitney. I'm even going to say Angie, because she always be like, oh yeah, like I'll just be on the phone with Lisa Barlow for hours. If you need to go raise your child, hang up the phone. Like, don't do that. And Bronwyn, who we're going to have serious issues this season, yeah? Because I did actually want to like Bronwyn when she first came on the show, yeah? But then just seeing the way she was fawning over Lisa Barlow last season and then getting upset about things like, oh yeah, like I got bit by a dog, so why am I not in your villa? Piss off. And then what makes it so interesting is then you have women who like are quite strong with their boundaries. You have women like Meredith, and I don't play about Meredith Marks. That's probably my favorite cast member on the show. It's actually Lisa, but I just love Meredith. Especially because when you watch the things that happen to her on the show and why she's like, I'm disengaging.
Disengage, sweetie! You traumatized us, goodbye!
She really does try, but the rest of the cast just rage baits her.
Put us up for the bath bombs.
The bath bombs?
Bombs.
My bath bombs?
And the huge target of this season's rage bait seems to be Lisa Barlow.
I'm very important to God.
Who wasn't in the premiere where they go on some like dingy camping trip, whatever. It was fun. And there's been some different things. Apparently, like it could have been contract negotiations. She did mention a thing about Sundance, which I haven't actually spoken about since season 1. But like, yeah, she does these big parties with the Sundance Festival.
People call me the queen of Sundance. I just think I'm really good at what I do.
But now that Lisa's not there, you have Bronwyn and Whitney getting together to talk shit. Yeah, it's those two women in particular, and the fact that they're forming some alliance. Episode 2, they had a scene together. I don't like Whitney. And one of the real dangers in doing this recap show is I could really show you people how much of a hateful person I am. Whitney pisses me off to no, like, there is no cap on the frustration that I get watching Whitney Rose. Really, really, honestly, I think this stems down to a lot of this, like, this work that she genuinely needs to do on herself and not start piling off. I'm healing. I'm going through my healing journey right now. And me and Justin are just working forward and we're working together. Because she gives me the impression, and I'm going to say this because I feel like the show kind of co-signs these things. Obviously, I think when you grow up Mormon or like very religious, you're just going to be a little bit weird. And I won't hate on her enough to be like, that's like, she's a baddie, right? But where I think like a lot of her like tensions with Lisa lie, and I think that extends to Heather as well, is I feel like they project this like very mean girl persona, high school mean girl persona on Lisa Barlow because maybe they weren't liked in secondary school, or they were just like, I don't know. So watching her over the years try to navigate friendship with Lisa, talk shit about Lisa. Like the most frustrating thing was in season 3, yeah, when she sat there, we're talking about Jen Shah and going to prison. Then you bring up, oh yeah, me, Angie and Heather were talking about how you suck dick for John Legend tickets.
I listened to it on the iPod.
For Jazz Utah tickets.
No, I never heard that.
Trying to throw Heather under the bus, who like has a bit of a people positive, and she was trying to become friends with Lisa. But you just do dumb things, girl. You do dumb things. In season 4, it was you exploited my vagina.
My vagina is your book.
Season 5, when she was like, yeah, I spoke to Monica. She's just dumb, right? She's so stupid and she's so dumb. And she thinks she's like this like here for truth and accountability. Like when she's been doing this shit for years. When she snaked on Meredith and Lisa for saying to Mary that they're scared of Jen.
Mary is crazy. Shut the up about Mary. Okay, shut up about Mary. I don't give a
And that's why we're talking about stock images from Alibaba last season and why your business failed. She's not even underhanded with the things she does. She just doesn't have the capacity. So watching her and Bronwyn bring up this stuff about Lisa and Bronwyn, don't worry about Bronwyn, yeah? I'm hearing this season that we're going to be talking about identity fraud. So don't worry, Bronwyn has her day coming, yeah? But this is Whitney, and it's kind of what she does. She's there to stir the pot, but it's messy. And then there's just pie in her face. There's pie in her face. And her business is being locked off. I know I didn't like Whitney. It was a season where one of her friends died. And then she was getting upset at Lisa and doing, well, Lisa, you're gonna do that. And that's why this season, I'm gonna be a Lisa Barlow defender. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm bored. And especially with watching the demise in Lisa and Bronwyn's friendship, yeah. Bronwyn, you lied. She admitted that in episode 1. I just thought it'd be cool if I could just say it. You lied.
I knew I wasn't going to buy this necklace, but I made the girls believe that I had it by saying, when I wear it, you'll see it, thinking that I would get a different version and they wouldn't notice the difference. That is, in effect, lying, and that's wrong.
Yeah, she said that nothing was purchased.
And now you're talking, oh yeah, Lisa wants to expose all of these things different things about me. Even the thing that she was talking about when it came to Gwen, Bronwyn had told production to take some bits out. Lisa wasn't aware of this. So that's why she went on the after show and said the things that she said, yeah? For me, that was it done there. Bronwyn is just there and they're just going at Lisa. And the thing is, it's because it's fun to rage bait Lisa, but actually no. I would not rage bait Lisa Barlow, but I think for a lot of these women, it's a bit fun. And then where they end up getting stuck in this battle is the fact that Lisa will never give you like a simple apology. She was like some crazy shit like, and that is her problem, but I'm giving her a pass. And that's why I'm glad she came in. And that's what I loved about episode 2. The premiere felt like 2-parter. This was Hurricane Lisa. Yeah, you were talking shit. You, Angie, you who was dancing in Jen Shaw's WAP video, you compared me to her, a woman that stole money from people, from old people who I think one killed themselves. Lisa Barlow is Salt Lake City. Lisa Barlow is Salt Lake City. With Angie, I'm undecided about Angie, to be very honest. I think her come up on the show was interesting. I enjoy her. I just don't like the way she navigates situations at times. Enough for her to be like the HBIC of Salt Lake. Is Heather and Lisa having a sit down. And this is my big problem with Heather, yeah, because I actually really rate Heather as a person. I think I empathize a lot with her, and particularly her like religious background and the way she articulates it and the struggle of like finding a new sense of self and all of that. I think that is beautiful. I think that's inspiring. And I think that's the true heart of Salt Lake City. However, Heather has serious people pleaser issues. Serious people pleaser issues. You saw in her friendship with Jen, and you see it in her friendship with Lisa, where it's just like, why are you even saying that? When she was at the dinner table being like, yeah, you know, all this stuff was brought. It's like she wants to be like, well, I'm your friend. I'm your friend. When Meredith finds out that you threw her under the bus and she was actually there defending Lisa, she is going to go on one. And I think that's what I'm looking forward to see, Heather versus Meredith, because Meredith has been like, yeah, like describe the season in one word, lies. So I'm excited to see that unfold. I did really enjoy the scenes with Robert Jr. It's weird to say this, but if there's anyone that I actually like see myself in Real Housewives, it's Robert Jr. and his particular struggles. And it's not only the way he's able to articulate them, but also honestly, I can look at his upbringing. And that's what I like about reality TVs. You can kind of piece things together and like, it's advanced people watching, yeah? If you see his upbringing, which I don't think is too dissimilar from like Mormonism, like Pentecostalism in a way. And even the way Mary is in the first few seasons, and that's not to really like insult her and call her a bad mom or anything, but when you hear him talking about how like he feels like a stain, yeah, I get that. And I get how he might have got there and the willingness to share the journey, even like in his episode being like, yeah, like I smoked some weed today. Like I was like, the fact that you're able to articulate it and be honest, especially as it's continued, because I did feel like the bits in season 5, I did wonder of like how much of this is like produced or mediated, but being able to see that journey continue is beautiful and could be one of the like iconic Housewives personal storylines that we look back on. I feel like this was a good overview on what I think about everyone and where I'm kind of seeing season 6 going. And each week will be kind of, oh my God, I forgot about Brittany. I kind of live for Brittany. Like I was really jarred by her. And when they all were kind of getting on to her in the car.
You record your friends, you make up lies, you make character assassinations of people, you utterly disgust me.
I'm just like, this woman just wanted to send like a messy video to her daughter. Like, I believe that. But she's just so, she's the good kind of stupid, because I'm like, you're dumb, but I think I could trust her. I think I'm team Brittany this season, because last episode, because that camping trip, yeah, they were so mean to her. They are just so mean to her. And it's getting to the point where I'm gonna just start rooting for Brittany. And you know Brittany needs to just cuss out one time. Bronwyn, I can't stand her. But yeah, every week we'll be here unpacking the latest episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City on the Real Neighborhood Watch of Salt Lake City. Comment down below what you thought of the episodes. What do you think about these women? What do you think about what I think about these women? Let's get all in that in the comment section and follow for more pop culture discourse and knowledge.